What's up YouTube? For today's video, we have a full Gen 3 Legendary Pokemon team. So this is part 2 of the Legendary Gen 3 Pokemon team. Last week we did part 1, so these were the other 5 remaining Pokemon. So I'll probably be doing this all of the generations. Now I want to say thank you to everyone who rocked up for my stream. The battle stream last night was awesome. That one was on Twitch. I know there's so many more people who haven't come across to my Twitch, and I'd love to see you there, and I appreciate the support I've already had there. Link in the description. We're going to be doing a stream tonight, so if you want to come and watch that one after this video, or if you want to pop open that second tab now, I shall be streaming some Pokemon. Also, I do non-Pokemon games there as well, and just like IRL streams, just chatting and fun like that. So if you have that interesting, you should definitely come over. All right, we have a triple battle special tonight. I felt a little bit more motivated this week. Last week I was having some motivation problems, so I didn't upload as many videos. But I'm good this week, and we are back into our usual stuff. So this was a battle on my Twitch last night's stream. This one was against the Witch Child. Now we had the Zekrom go for a Volt Switch, which was nice. They did some damage to me. Registeel was fairly bulky. However, Heatran would have been a nice swap in for Registeel. However, on this set, I'm actually running Ground EMZ Earthquake. So pretty much the Heatran is going to get absolutely annihilated, and that is going to give me a nice little start there. So I've got Iron Head, Explosion, Earthquake, and Hammer, max attack and max health. We got Adamant Nature, Clear Body, and we got the Ground EMZ as I mentioned before. So that was a really good start for me. I was just trying to get some damage on the Zekrom. Alright, so we got the Dialga coming in here. I'm just going to go for Earthquake again. I was like, Earthquake's pretty good against these first 3 Pokemon. And now we're going to Z-move coming from Dialga. So it's going to use a Fight EMZ. I was guessing this is going to come off Aura Sphere or Focus Mist. Now, Registeel has actually got some really nice bulk on its special defense and defense. And with, with max health, it is fairly bulky. Alright, so we got the all-out pummeling, which looks pretty hilarious coming from the Dialga. And that is going to do some big damage to my Registeel. However, I do tank it on 32 health, which is cool. That means I can get some extra damage off with Earthquake against the Dialga. Also, question of today. What is your favorite Gen 3 Pokemon? Now, let's answer it with the Pokemon that are on my team. So, the 5 Pokemon I use, what one out of these ones do you like the best, or is your favorite? Let me know in the comment section. Alright, so Dialga's obviously going to outspeed and take my Registeel out. Registeel did a wonderful job there. Took that Heatran out and did a nice dent to the Dialga. Alright, bringing in the Regirock here. Man, I love all the Regis, so it's really good to use them. Unfortunately, I couldn't use Regigigas because that was 4th gen, right? So this is a special Regirock set. And now we got Dialga going for the Flash Cannon. So it's like, oh, that's going to do a lot of damage. I just held on 25, which is nice. And I've got the Weakness Policy. So on this set, we got as follows. Max Special Attack and Max Speed. Modest Nature, Ancient Power. It really has a poor special moveset. The best has got is Ancient Power for stab. We've got Focus Mist, Thunderbolt for water types, and Rock Polish. So it's a pretty fun set. It doesn't really hit very hard at all. Even with the Weakness Policy, it's not the most hard-hitting thing in the world. But it is a hell of a lot of fun to use. So we got the Dialga down. Now we got the Giratina coming out. Now Giratina is actually quite a good swap-in for this. I can't do anything at all. The best I can do is Ancient Power, and that's it. I wish I had something to hit it with, like a Ghost type move or a Dragon type move. So Ancient Power does kind of disappointing amounts of damage, and Giratina is going to come in and fire another little rocket at me, and that's going to take out my Regirock. Oh, I didn't mean to make that pump. Also, people, we've got the Regice on this team. So we've got all the Regis. So we got the Regis, and we got 2 other Pokemon. I'll see if you guys can remember what the other 2 are. So we got the we got on this set. It was quite funny. We got a Fly Giratina. Now it does the amazingness doesn't stop there. This was actually Sharp Beak Fly, Sharp Beak Fly Giratina. Guys, I come up with a lot of sets, but even sometimes I get surprised and stuff makes me laugh. So that was a good one. So on this set, this is a bulky Sharp Beak Fly Giratina. Alright, anyway, so we got Toxic Rest, Frost Breath, and Sleep Talk. Bold Nature, and we got max health and max defense. So quite a bulky Regice. Alright, so going for the Frost Breath on the Reshiram coming in there, doing some okay damage. Now, Reshiram was kind of a hard Pokemon to swap into. I didn't have my Regirock to swap into this, and my other 2 Pokemon really didn't like to swap into Fire-type moves ever. Alright, so we've got the Fusion Flare, which looks really cool, and that is going to do some heavy damage to my Regice. Regice has, supreme special defense. That's the really only reason it actually lived that one. So we got some Nice Frost Breath damage on the Reshiram. It's about a 4-hit KO. There's nothing I can do here. I've got to stay in, and it's going to go for another Fusion Flare. My other two Pokemon, actually both of them just cannot, swap into this move at all. So all 3 of my Reggies are gone down, but we still have 2 remaining. So we got, also I want to point out in this team too, I am including Mythicals. I know someone's going to keyboard it up in the comment section, but oh my god, PIMPNITE, some of these are Mythicals. So I know someone's going to do it, but I just thought I'd mention I'm including Legendaries and Mythicals. Alright, so we got the Reshiram topping up there. I'm going to get a nice little heart stamp against it, and we got a swap there. Now we got the Zekrom coming in. Now Zekrom is, it's a bit of a worry for this team too. So going for the heart stamp, this is just a fully scumbag flinching Jirachi set. The idea is this is just to flinch the opponent as many times as possible and make them incapable of doing anything. Alright, so giving Zekrom another little kiss, I get a nice flinch there. What I need, right, is to actually flinch this Zekrom so it can't do anything and can't take out my Jirachi. I get 2 flinches there, which is absolutely awesome, and that is going to enable me to take it out with a Disrespect Secret Power. So the idea of this set was, it's a little bit of a secret, but I will let you in on it. We've got Secret Power to paralyze the opponent. Obviously with Serene Grace, it boosts all the likelihood of added effects. We've got that to paralyze the opponent. We've got Heart Stamp, and we got Iron Head, and we got Wish. We got the item as Scope Lens too. It's such a scummy set. Anyway, Security is going to come in. It lives on like 1 health and it flinches with a heart stamp. Pretty much, this Jirachi just started cleaning up the other Pokemon on this team. It was absolutely hilarious. Security is going to go down. We got the Reshiram still and 1 other Pokemon. So Reshiram's only on a tiny bit of health. I'm going to be able to outspeed this one. My EVs on this, max health and max attack. This is pretty simple. The nature on this was a speedy nature. So I can't actually remember what nature was. I know it was just plus speed nature anyway. Alright, so anyway, we had a 5v5. It was nice. That was a game on my Twitch. So we kind of I think they felt sorry for me, so they brought 5 along too. So it was a pretty even game. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Let's get on to the second battle. This is a battle on my Discord. If you guys haven't checked my Discord out, we got a big server there, like thousands of thousands, like I don't know, 3,000 to 4,000 people or something like that. If you want to come there and come and battle me, hang out, chat or whatever, that is in the description of the video too. Alright, so we got a Groudon lead. This one was against Skylar, and boy, that Earthquake did so much for my Registeel. So looking at my set, my Registeel set, that is, number one, I couldn't swap. There was nothing I could swap into Groudon. It was way too good. It just did way too much damage to me. So I just went for a Tectonic Rage Earthquake. I knew it wouldn't do anything to Groudon at all. So as I said, there's nothing I could do. I could do as much damage to it as possible. Then hopefully I could maybe swap something in, to maybe take it out. So as I said, my Z move does nothing, and Groudon's just going to go for an Earthquake again, and that is my Registeel down. But that's all good, people. Also, let's see if we can shoot for 1,000 likes on this video, people. I hope you guys are enjoying the theme teams. And, it feels good to be back. I'm going to try and get, I've got like a whole bunch of ideas for this week. So I'm going to try and be much more consistent this week. Like I usually am. I don't normally have off weeks, but every now and then, I don't know if you ever feel like demotivated, if you guys ever felt like that before, but just you just don't feel like doing anything. I don't know. I've just had one of those weeks last week. I had a little bit before that, but especially last week. Anyway, so we got the Groudon going for a Z move. It's going to use Supersonic Scum Strike. Can you imagine Groudon actually lifting off and getting hit by this thing? That would... I just can't imagine that. Imagine getting hit by Groudon. Anyway, so this is the Deoxys there, Hacker Exposed. And we got the Shiny Deoxys. This is my favorite set on the Deoxys. We got the Focus Sash counter set, and we got the Mirror Coat as well. So basically, it's a counter Mirror Coat set. It can take anything out with those 2 moves, if they're like sweepers on the special side or the physical side. Also, we've got on this set, we got Psycho Boost and Superpower. So we got a mix. Not only is it can take stuff out with counter and Mirror Coat, it's also a mix attacker. So it's very, very versatile. And I love this set. It's worked so well for me. And it's got some nice surprise about it too. Alright, so go for the Psycho Boost on the Kyogre. Does some really nice damage. And Kyogre is going to take me out with the Scald. But there's nothing too much I could have done there. I took a big dent of damage on Kyogre. I was really happy about that. Now, looking at the team, Kyogre and Groudon were definitely the most, powerful Pokemon on the team. So I really had to get rid of them. Alright, so going into Jirachi, this was very, very important. I really had to get a Heart Stamp flinch there or the game was over. but I don't, and now it's going to go for a Bulldoze, so it's going to be a mixed set there. Bulldoze is going to drop my speed. Now, Jirachi was running a plus speed nature. I noticed they did have leftovers, so I was thinking, okay, maybe they've got all their investment in bulk. I may be able to outspeed them still, even with a -1. And that was the case. Go for a second heart stamp on the Kyogre there, and I actually get a flinch this time, which is really nice. So I can go for another heart stamp and finish off the Kyogre, which is really good. That'll even up the game score quite nicely there too. I like I just with Heart Stamp. Let me explain that too, if you guys are new to this game, or it's sort of a random move you never see as well. So Heart Stamp is like Iron Head, has a 30% flinch chance, but it's just a psychic type move, right? Now, it actually does get Zen Headbutt, but Zen Headbutt isn't 100% actually, and it only has a 20% chance. So that's why I opted to go for the Heart Stamp as well, because usually you're banking on getting that flinch over and over. All right, so we've got the Rayquaza coming in. It's going to go for the Thunder Wave. That's a good swap out by me, because I don't want to get paralyzed. And now my Regirock is going to take that paralysis instead. So I was wondering what this Rayquaza set would actually be, and as soon as I seen the Thunder Wave and Twister, I'm like, oh, here we go. You guys have seen this set before. This is my, I've got a very similar set to this. So basically what you do is you paralyze the opponent, you spam Twister. So Twister's got a chance of flinching, and you know, you've got a chance of them getting paralyzed as well. So it's basically just scum, right? Anyway, so I'm going to go for I think I went for a Rock Pulse there. We got the Rayquaza going for Twister. Looks so cool. Like, I wish it was like, some more base power. Anyway, so I get flinched by the Twister, and it's going to keep spamming me with Twister pretty much. I'll live on 69 health there. I'm going to see if I can get the Ancient Power off and get some good damage against it. It does pretty good, but Rayquaza lives on 1 health. The merch is available, people. Also, we got some, I think we got some new merch coming up in the near future too. All right, so I'm going to get past that Rayquaza, past the paralysis and the Twister, and I'm going to take the Rayquaza out with the Ranger Power, which is really good. I almost lost to that set. I did actually do a Mega Rayquaza this week with just Twister only. If you guys haven't seen that, it's actually very funny. It's about really the only time that it worked, like, to perfection. I got all the flinches that I needed. It's a horrible set, but it's very fun to use. All right, so we got another shiny Deoxys, people. Down. We got 2 Hacker Exposed in one video. Actually, sorry, we got 2 10-minute and 1 minute videos in one video. Anyway, we won't go there. All right, so we got the Psycho Boost taking out my Regirock. I'm gonna swap in my Regice here, and we got the Deoxys swapping out. Now into the Jirachi. So we both had a Jirachi and we both had a Deoxys. And it was quite funny because their team was all Gen 3 Legendary Sue. It was completely unplanned too, which was really, really funny. So now we've got the Regice swapping out here. I don't want to stay into any kind of steel type move at all. So I thought my only option here is to go into the Jirachi. So we got the Jirachi going for the Flash Cannon. Now Flash Cannon is a stab on Jirachi. Now since it's got Serene Grace, right, Flash Cannon actually has a chance of dropping the special defense. And that's going to get boosted by the Serene Grace. So really, my only options here, right, were to go for the Iron Head and actually flinch this opposing Jirachi and, outspeed it. So I was like, okay, hopefully I can outspeed this thing. I wasn't sure if we actually had a speed tie or anything like that, but it was quite interesting. So we got the Jirachi going for the Flash Cannon again against my Jirachi. Probably like 1 more, and I'm going to go down. So I'm hoping I can take this out because Regice is definitely not going to be able to take the Jirachi out at all. I need to really get it in low health. So I'm getting some more flinches on the Iron Head from the Jirachi. Against the Jirachi, and oh my goodness, this is getting confusing to narrate. I'm going for more Iron Heads. I got so many flinches then, hoping I can take out the Jirachi, going for a final Iron Head, and that is the Jirachi down. Man, I said Jirachi about 20 times in that last minute. Okay, so we got the Deoxys left, and I've got my Regice and my Jirachi left. So Deoxys on full health. Now, Deoxys, as you guys know, in attack form its defenses are basically paper thin. So it doesn't matter what I use against this thing. So I thought, let's go for the secret power and see if we can get it a paralysis. Extreme Speed actually fails to take it out, and look how much it does, and I get a Prayer Hacks, which is beautiful. So Deoxys is going to get paralyzed. So I thought, let's go for a Disrespect Heart Stamp. However, it doesn't get paralyzed by the Extreme Speed, and that is my Jirachi down. Now, the last Pokemon I've got is my Regice. So I was kind of hoping Deoxys didn't have superpower, because that's what I actually run on my one. But apart from that, I was quite confident I could win this one. So Deoxys is going to go for the Extreme Speed. Not that it probably mattered. It would have outsped me anyway. And I'm going to finish it off with the Frost Breath there. And that is game. Hope you guys enjoyed both these battles. Let's get on to the third and final one. This is probably the longest battle out of all of them. Man, I actually need a drink break here. Nothing like some sparkling water with a hint of lemon and lime. Have you guys had one of these before? They're pretty good. Okay, basically it's like sparkling water with lime and lemon just like squeezed into it. It's actually really refreshing. Okay, it's actually good because it got me off drinking like cool drinking like Coke and stuff like that. Okay, so we got a battle. This one was against I think it was Jolt from Nikolai or Jolt from Oz. I'm pretty sure that was their username. And we got a Shaman Skyform Link. Now, interestingly enough, mostly this Pokemon is very, very offensive, right? Just, spam, Seed Flare. You get the general idea. It's a very good special attacker. But this one was actually a substitute Leech Seed set. So it was quite interesting. So pretty much here, I thought if I can get this thing down low enough and take it out with my Registeel, it'll be pretty good, right? So it's getting some nice health back there with the Leech Seed, and it's going to have Air Slash. So they're like, okay, well, that's fine. I'm going to be able to resist that like really, really easily. But it actually crits me and it flinches me as well. So I guess that's a little bit of payback for the last battle I had. I've had some very, very funny battles with that. Probably out of this whole team, the Jirachi was just, every time I used it, it had success with Heart Stamp. It was so funny. So Shaman now is going to go for a substitute. Pretty much, I don't know what they're trying to do with the substitute. They're trying to like, just get rid of the damage and stuff like that Iron Head's going to do, and then get some more damage with the Leech Seed, and then spam Air Slash again for another like flinch or something, or hope for a flinch. That's sort of like their strategy at the moment. I wasn't really getting onto what they're doing. I could see what they're doing, but it was kind of like doubtful whether it was going to work. So I was thinking, okay, so I need to take this thing out in one shot. Iron Head's not going to do it right. Maybe I should go for the explosion. Now, the only thing about that is if they go for another substitute, right, my explosion is actually going to hit the substitute. So at this point, they're going to think, okay, they've got a lot of health now. They could probably go for like another Air Slash, and they've probably got a pretty good chance of flinching me, and then Leech Seed will take me out. So I thought, okay, let's go for explosion right here. However, they're not going to go for that. They're going to go for the substitute again, and I went for the explosion. Oh, no. So pretty much what happens here, if there's a substitute up, the explosion is going to hit the little green and white doll. However, the Shaman is not going to take any damage at all, and my Registeel is going to go bye-bye. I must say I was pretty dang salty about that. I thought they would definitely go for Air Slash. That was a good play there. I don't know if they even knew that I was going to use Explosion, but it was maybe, I think it was just chance, but it was pretty funny. So now I'm going to bring in my Jirachi. I'm just going to go for a Heart. I was thinking, should I go for Iron Head or should I go for Heart Stamp? What should I do here? However, we got the swap out from the Shaman Skyfall, and we got the Ho-Oh coming in. So this is kind of bad news. Ho-Oh is actually really good against my team. Now, there's one Pokemon that can actually stand up to this pretty well, which was my special Regirock. So if I hit that with the Ancient Power, that bird was definitely going to go down. So swapping out my Jirachi, expecting some kind of fire-type move against the Jirachi, so I thought Regirock my best swap in here against a Ho-Oh. However, we got a Z move, so it's going to be a Firium Z. I'm not really sure what this is coming off. I'm guessing it could be coming off like Sacred Fire or something like that. I didn't really know whether it's going to be a physical set or like a special set, right? You never know sometimes. And these battles, people, you never know. Because people bring memes, and that's what I like, Anyway, so I guess my community brings a lot of like meme Pokemon, so I guess they're kind of similar to my theme teams, which makes it very fun. So I'm guessing with that base power and damage to my Regirock, it was most definitely coming off a physical move. So now we've got the Zygarde coming in. Now this is where the battles start to get a little bit scary, because I actually couldn't do a lot to Zygarde outside of my Regice, right? But I didn't really want to swap Regice in at this point in time. I wasn't sure what the Zygarde was going to do. And now it's going to go for a Dragonite, so it's a physical set. So I was thinking, okay, there's one Pokemon that may be able to get around this, but let's see if I can play with this for a little bit and see if I can get some damage. It may actually activate my weakness policy if it does like a low amount of damage, and I might be able to take it out. So go for the Focus Mist against the Zygarde. Zygarde's very bulky on the special side. I do a little bit of damage. I'm kind of happy with that. So Zygarde's going to go for another Dragonite. So this thing's got +2 in attack, and it's got +2 in speed. So it's beyond my Regirock like actually living anything now, so it's going to go for the 1000 Wave. 1000 Wave is a pretty cool move. It actually traps the opponent in, which is quite nice, and my Regirock is definitely not going to live that one. It's a sweeping set as well. Maybe if I was running like a super bulky defensive one, it could have badly lived. Anyway, so into Deoxys, you guys know the drill on this set. I've got Focus Sash and I've got Counter, so that was my way around this set. I mean, they could swap out now, but I mean, they'd have to swap out on a +2. I didn't think there's any chance of them doing that. So now they're going to go for the 1069 Waves on my Deoxys. They're going to take me all the way down to my Focus Sash. I've got Counter, and that is going to get rid of the Zygarde threat right away, which is good. Now, Zygarde was a really big threat to my team there. That was bad, because even if I brought Regice in, Regice would have got destroyed by it. So that was very, very good that I had Deoxys there. Alright, so Darkrai is going to come in handy here for my Deoxys. I've got Superpower on this set. Now, this mix set come in really, really handy, because I was actually able to bury the Zygarde, and I was actually able to bury the Darkrai. So that was 2 Pokemon my Deoxys took out there for an absolute meme set. And I've still got Psycho Boost, waiting in the wings as well. So we got the Chiron coming out. It's going to have its Turbo Blaze, and this was probably the longest part of the battle. So at this point in the game, Deoxys got a negative and everything. I don't want to, I don't really want to waste it. I've still got a fresh Psycho Boost and a fresh Super Bout. So into my Regice anyway. It wasn't, it wasn't probably the most greatest of swap-ins, but I didn't really have anything. I didn't want to swap in my Jirachi. Pretty much, I was thinking at this point, Jirachi, especially Jirachi and Deoxys, are going to be very helpful in this game, to see if I can close out this match. So it's going to go for the Dragon Pulse here. I wasn't really sure what kind of set they were running. I just went for Frost Breath, because that was the only damage that I could really do to it at all. So this was a bulky special defense set. It was max health, max defense, but it's still got very nice special defense anyway, I guess. I could have even made it even more bulky on the special side. I was actually thinking on this Regice set, I was thinking of running, I've done this once before. It actually gets Aurora Veil, and you guys know how bulky Regice is, and then you get the Hail up, and then you go for Aurora Veil. Like, can you imagine how much, I did it before, and the damage was so funny, super effective moves were doing nothing. So now we've got Endeavor on this set. I was like, what is this set? I went for the rest there instead of going for attacking mode. This set, it was like absolute memes. So my Reggie Ice is going to go to sleep. So I'm thinking, okay, well, I'm asleep now, I can just go for Sleep Talk and rest. Well, even if I get rest twice in a row, this thing is going to go down. It clearly can't do any moves against me at all. You would have used them already if it had those moves. So it's got Dragon Pulse, which is about a 5-hit KO against me, maybe even 6 with the leftover recovery. So go for the Sleep Talk, and guess what, guys? I get Toxic, I don't get rest. Hallelujah. So I've got the Toxic on the Kyurem, which is nice. I wonder if we're going to get any more fusion Pokemon for Gen 8. What do you guys think about Gen 8? What's going to be the mechanic you think they're going to bring? I'm really excited to actually see it. I'm not sure if we're going to, I don't know if we'll get any more news. I reckon probably May we'll probably get some news. They're really holding on to it, which is good. Anyway, so we've got Endeavor, which is actually going to work nicely in Kyron's favor there. And I'm going to go for a Sleep Talk. And guess what, guys? I got rest. I knew I had to get rest at least once. So I was thinking, right, I've got my Jirachi and my Deoxys. I think they can actually handle the Skyform Shaman. I think that. And then I was like, okay, it's going to use rest. So this is why I was so long, right? After doing all that work, this thing went to sleep. So I was thinking, okay, should I swap out into my Deoxys so I get some damage off? But I didn't, because they're going to go for a Chase Rate and wake up right away. So I thought, okay, let's go for a rest here. There's nothing I can really do. I have to conserve. I can't swap out any of my Pokemon, right? They're going to get absolutely bodied. I wasn't sure about Jirachi for hiding a move or anything like that against it, but I couldn't lose Jirachi. It's very important. So now we've got more Dragon Pulses from the Kyurem. As I said, this is about a 5 to 6 hit KO. Now, also, people, I've got some good battles after this one as well. This is actually a really long video today. I kind of felt guilty about last week, so I thought I'd give you guys a nice long video to watch. So go for the rest there. Actually, that really surprises me. They're getting Sleep Talk rest. So I need to get at least another move off against this thing. But in the end, I thought, let's go into Jirachi. It clearly doesn't have anything else than Dragon Pulse. I was making doubly sure. So now it's going to go for Dragon Pulse. That's not going to be very effective at all. So it's like, okay, it's time to end this Pokemon's career. I know they've got no other moves, so let's go for it. So now we're going to get a Kyurem swap out, and of course Ho-Oh is going to swap back in. So the problem Pokemon at the moment was the Ho-Oh. If you look at my team right, Jirachi, super effective. Deoxys is going to get shredded. It's on 1 health. Regice is going to get shredded. I was in a big amount of trouble here. So Jirachi really couldn't do anything to this thing at all. So I had to swap it out. I had to swap that one out. And now we're going to go into Regice, which was asleep. There was nothing I could really do. So now we've got the Ho-Oh going for the burn up. And damn, son, that is going to do a lot of damage. I was actually running max health and max defense, which actually saved me. Now, the cool thing about burn up, right? It's a fire type move, but after using burn up, after you burn up, you actually, that becomes typeless. So we got the Ancient Power, which is going to take out the Regice on the next turn. Unfortunately here, I thought I was going to go down, so instead of going for a Sleep Talk, I actually just just used another move. So unfortunately there, I did a little bit of a misclick, but that really didn't actually matter too much in the end. So we've got the Ho-Oh going for the Ancient Power. That's going to take out my Red Guys. I really didn't expect to live another move from Ho-Oh. I mean, so that's Red Guy sense. We got the Jirachi and we got the Deoxys, which is on 1 health left. Now, today I did Battle Stream. This is probably one of my last battles I did. I think I reckon I did about 30 battles today. It's so long. We did single battles and multi-battles. Anyway, so I'm going to go for the Iron Head. I get the flinch on the Ho-Oh. Since it's typeless, it's not a fire type anymore. I can make full advantage of that and finish it off with the Disrespect Heart Stamp. So Ho-Oh is down. We got the Kyogre as the other Pokemon. And we got the Kyurem left, which is only on a little bit of health. So we got the Primal Kyogre here. It's like, okay, God, what am I going to do against this thing? I was thinking, okay, my best option here, I could go for the Heart Stamp here. I can't swap into Deoxys. Deoxys is on 1 health. I cannot swap into that. This is my only option to go for the Heart Stamp and take this thing out with some scumbag flinches. So crossing my little Jirachi white fingers and going for the Heart Stamp. I get the flinch on the first go, which is hype. So I was thinking, okay, if I can get another one, I can go for the Psycho Boost on Kyogre and probably take it out. I get another flinch on that. It's like, oh, this is really good. I might be able to come back with the Deoxys here. So go for another Heart Stamp on the Primal Kyogre. It lives on 1 health, the crit, and Hydro Pump misses. Are you kidding me? Are you actually kidding me? So now they're going to salty swap into their Kyogre out of that one. Now they're going to go into the Kyurem. I actually went for an Iron Head. I went for a Disrespect Iron Head KO on 1 health. So that's actually going to be super effective against the Kyurem. And that does a lot of damage, almost taking it out. I would have actually outsped that one anyway. So and Deoxys could have come in and cleaned it up. But that pretty much is the game. Hope you guys enjoyed all 3 of these battles. Man, this is a really, really long video today. I mean, that was a very important thing. That Hydro Pump would have buried. Let's say this, right? Let's play devil's advocate, right? Hydro Pump hits against my Jirachi, takes it out in 1 shot. Deoxys could have swapped in and went. I mean, it could have gone for like a superpower. It could have gone for a Psycho Boost. It still had like 2 moves to use, right? So I think it could have actually finished everything off. Shaman was sort of like I guess that had the bulkiest Pokemon left. Anyway, people, that's pretty much it. I'm going to take out this Kyogre Primal on 1 health. It's plugging my merch at the moment. And I hope you guys enjoyed every battle. This was actually a marathon battle. All of these was sort of like a marathon battle. Anyway, people, we'll have a theme team tomorrow, and we'll probably have about 3 or 4 this week. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. All right, I'll see you at the Twitch stream. Peace.